Southern Republicans won a victory overnight in the push to get an edge in House races this fall. The Supreme Court granted an emergency request from Alabama to move forward with its redrawn congressional map. It's a map that eliminates one of the state's two majority black House districts in this year's midterms. Lower courts had ruled this map intentionally discriminated against black voters. In a sharply worded dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor blasted the decision, saying it corrodes the rule of law by rewarding Alabama's gamesmanship and outright defiance of court orders. Joining us now is the president and CEO of the NAACP, Derrick Johnson. Derrick, good to have you here. We saw hints that this could come when the Supreme Court, of course, gutted the Voting Rights Act back in April. But what does this ruling specifically mean for Alabama voters?
Well, it seems as if the Supreme Court is endorsing discriminatory behavior by the state of Alabama and in general. What we are witnessing now is a complete rollback of protections for African Americans to fully engage in the political space, to ensure that we can elect candidates of our choice and that our rights will be protected under the law.
I spoke last month to the NAACP's National Youth Director about a push for black athletes and fans to boycott athletic programs at Southern state schools to protest these redistricting moves, to try to pressure lawmakers to really think more closely about what they're doing. Do you see traction in that realm? And is pressure on the business and sports community the best way to move forward?
Well, we have to respond. You have the former Confederate states taking the Supreme Court decision last month, and they have accelerated ways to exclude African Americans from elected candidates of their choice. Our response is very clear. They should not benefit from profits on the field of the basketball court if they don't want the young people's voice in public policy or selecting candidates. It is the only way to respond, because in this current climate, we cannot not allow ourselves to be erased under the law to ensure equal protection and our citizenship to be accounted for. Our votes matter, and we will continue to fight to ensure our future is intact.
And again, that's an alternative to the court fights. This was a Supreme Court decision in Alabama. There are no further appeals. What do you say to people who feel frustrated about the direction these fights are taking?
Well, unfortunately, we have a Supreme Court that is as activist as any Supreme Court that we've ever seen. They appear to be aligned with the interests of the current administration. They're trying to predetermine the outcome of the November election. And we simply want to ensure that our democracy is intact and that all voters and votes count. But this Supreme Court has bent over backwards to allow states like Alabama and many of the Confederate states to discriminate against African Americans, even though there have been findings, particularly in this case, that the districts that's not going to move forward was discriminatory in its impact.
And this isn't just about Alabama. The court's original ruling in April was about a new congressional map in Louisiana. We've seen other redistricting efforts in Tennessee, although one fell short in South Carolina. Just how consequential are the midterms this November for Black Americans?
It's huge. We have an administration that has done everything within their power to diminish our ability to fully engage as citizens. We began to see this trend in Texas when the administration called the state of Texas to have them to redraw their district lines, and it has continued. At some point, all Americans must stand up and say, this isn't constitutional, this isn't right. We have a rogue Supreme Court, and we have an administration that need to be held accountable. This goes beyond partisanship. This is about the rule of law. And at this point, as African Americans, we're concerned that we're going backwards, not forward.